What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are back with another video. Today's video, again suggested by a commenter, is about the beef between rapper Eminem and rapper MGK or Machine Gun Kelly. Hope you enjoy. Like our other video, before discussing these rappers' beef, we're gonna give a detailed history of both of them. Enjoy. Now let's start off with the rapper Eminem, aka Marshall Bruce Mathers III. The reason we discuss these artists' lives like this is to show you how it led up to their fame and success. Now without further ado, Marshall Bruce Mathers III was born on October 17, 1972 in St. Joseph, Missouri. He is the only child of Marshall Bruce Mathers Jr. and Deborah Ray, aka Debbie. His mother had a 73-hour labor with baby Eminem and almost died during it. At a young age, Eminem's father, referred to his middle name Bruce, left the family and moved to California. He had two other children, Michael and Sarah. Debbie later had a son, Nathan, aka Nate Kane Samara. Eminem and Debbie moved between Michigan and Missouri, and they rarely stayed in one house for more than a year. As a teenager, Eminem still had hope that his dad would come back, and wrote letters to him, but they would come back marked as return to sender. Friends and family remember Eminem being a happy child, but Eminem described himself as being a bit of a loner who was often bullied. One of his bullies, D'Angelo Bailey, severely injured his head in an assault. His mom, Debbie, filed a lawsuit against the school in 1982, which was dismissed the following year because the Macomb County, Michigan judge said the schools were immune from lawsuits. Eminem's bully, D'Angelo Bailey, was mentioned in his song a few times in his career. When Eminem's mom finally settled on a place to live, Eminem spent much of his youth in a working-class, primarily black Detroit neighborhood. As a child, Eminem was very interested in being a comic book artist before he discovered hip-hop. Eminem heard his first rap song, Reckless, featuring Ice-T on the Breakin' soundtrack, a gift from Debbie's half-brother Ronnie Pokingham, who was close to him and later became a musical mentor for him. When Pokingham committed suicide in 1991, Eminem stopped speaking for days and did not attend his funeral. As you can tell, Eminem had a very hard childhood, and it only got worse from here. Eminem's home life was not stable. He frequently fought with his mother, who was a social worker, described as having a very suspicious and almost paranoid personality. Her son later became famous, and Debbie was unimpressed by suggestions that she was a less than ideal mother, contending she sheltered him and was responsible for his success. In 1987, Debbie allowed Eminem's future wife, Kim Scott, to stay at their home. Eminem began a very troublesome on and off relationship with her. Eminem spent 3 years in 9th grade due to his truancy and poor grades, and he later dropped out of Lincoln High School at age 17. He was interested in English, but he never explored literature, preferring comic books, and disliked all other subjects. He worked at several jobs to help his mother pay the bills, but she would take advantage of this and often take most of his paychecks. When she left to go play bingo, he would blast the radio as loud as he could, and he would write his own songs. Eminem began rapping at the age of 14 with his friend Mike Ruby, where they adopted the names Manix and Eminem, which stood for his initials, Marshall Mathers. In 1988, he went by the stage name MCMM and formed his first rap group. After a few years, Eminem was signed to Jeff and Mark Bass's FTB Productions and recorded his debut album, Infinite. The album was a commercial failure upon its release in 1996. A common lyrical subject of Infinite was the struggle to raise his newborn daughter, Haley Jade Scott Mathers, on little money. The failure of this album led Eminem to be angry and led him to craft angrier, moodier tracks. At this time, Eminem and Kim Scott lived in a crime-ridden neighborhood, and the house was robbed and shot up several times. Eminem cooked and washed dishes for a living for minimum wage at Gilbert's Lodge, a family-style restaurant at St. Clair Shores. Now, in 1997, Eminem attracted more attention when he developed the character Slim Shady, a sadistic, violent alter ego. This character allowed him to express his anger with lyrics about drugs and murder. Now, Eminem was already an extremely skilled freestyle artist, and in 1997, he competed in the Los Angeles Rap Olympics. This was a national battle rap competition, and he placed second, where he was noticed by Dr. Dre's Interscope Records. This ultimately led to his success as he signed a major record deal. In 1999, Eminem released the Slim Shady LP. Although it was one of the year's most popular albums, certified triple platinum by the end of the year, he was accused of imitating the style and subject matter of the underground rapper Cage. Now we will discuss his life after the start of his fame. From 2000 to 2002, the Marshall Mathers LP and the Eminem Show were released, creating much conflict. His album Encore was released in 2004, and it created much controversy. The Secret Service even showed up to his house, saying that they were looking into allegations that he had threatened the President of the United States. Now, by the year 2007, Eminem had lost some of his popularity and was not nearly as famous as he used to be. But this all changed in the years 2008 to 2009 with his comeback with the albums Relapse and Relapse Refill. Ever since then, he would be one of the most successful and well-known artists in history. Now that's all we're going to go over about Eminem today. Let's move on to rapper MGK. Now, rapper Colson Baker, also known as Machine Gun Kelly, was born on April 22nd, 1990 in Cleveland, Ohio. Now let's discuss Machine Gun Kelly's childhood and rise to fame. His childhood was very different from Eminem's. His family moved all around the world and even took up residence in Egypt and Germany, as well as throughout the United States in Chicago, Denver, and Cleveland. MGK's father left during his childhood, much like Eminem, but came back in 2005. MGK started listening to rap in 6th grade and adopted the stage name Machine Gun Kelly by his fans. Now let's move on to his success and record deals. In May 2010, he made his national debut with the single Alice in Wonderland, which earned the Baker's Best Midwest Artist Award at the 2010 Underground Music Awards. In March 2011, MGK participated in a show in Austin, Texas, and he was approached by artist Sean Combs, who had offered him a recording contract with Bad Boy Records. It wasn't until early 2012 where he really rose to fame. He released a new mixtape where Pusha T and Meek Mill were featured. Now, he has not risen to the same level of fame as Eminem, but ever since then, his career has remained steady. Now, let's move on to discussing the beef between the two rappers, Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly. The tension between the two rappers began to boil on May 7th, 2012, when the rapper made a comment about Eminem's daughter, Haley, in a Twitter post. He described her as hot as F after a photo of the then 16-year-old girl went viral. As you know, Eminem had always been extremely protective of his daughter and did not take this kindly. In October 2015, Machine Gun Kelly noticed that Eminem had banned him from radio station Shade 45. The beef then stopped for 3 years until March 1st, 2018, when Machine Gun Kelly subliminally dissed Eminem on the song Wax. Tech N9ne released the song featuring an appearance by Machine Gun Kelly. His verse includes a line that states, quote, "Popped in on the top charts out the cop car to remind y'all you just rap, you're not God." This is a reference to Eminem's 2013 single, Rap God. If you haven't heard that song, check it out. It's a great song. So on August 31st, 2018, Eminem directly dissed Machine Gun Kelly in the song Not Alike on his album Kamikaze. The tension had been growing between these two rappers for years, but this is the first time one of them had thrown a direct shot at the other one. Now this was just one line in Eminem's song, but on September 3rd, 2018, Machine Gun Kelly released an entire diss track titled Rap Devil. In the harsh Rap Devil, MGK accuses Eminem of being bitter, out of touch, and having banned him from Shade 45. Now, fans didn't know for sure if Eminem would diss MGK back, but there were hints about it. And on Instagram Live one day, Shady gave one of the fans a preview of the song, a rare instance of Eminem utilizing social media to wage war. Eminem addressed the beef during an interview on September 12, 2018. Eminem stated, quote, "First he said, I'm the greatest rapper alive since my fave rapper banned me from Shade 45. Eminem replied, I could give an F about your career. You think I actually effing think about you? You think about how many effing rappers that are better than you? You're not even in the conversation." 2 days later, on September 14th, 2018, Eminem released the diss track Kill Shot. It poked fun at Machine Gun Kelly's appearance and lack of commercial success. This song was so successful it broke YouTube's record for the most plays in its first 24 hours, amassing 38.1 million views. The same day Killshot was released, MGK shared his thoughts on Twitter. He was less impressed with M's response. 2 weeks and 3 interviews later, he tweeted, adding emojis of a toilet and a man tossing something into the trash. Hashtag leg shot, hashtag let's talk about it, hashtag let's talk about it. On the same day, September 14th, Machine Gun Kelly's security team beat up an actor for criticizing his Eminem diss. Now, many fans think that this is where the beef stopped, as no major events happened after this, but I'm going to include some of the ones I think are important. So on September 16th, 2 days later, Machine Gun Kelly dissed Eminem during a concert. On September 20th, 2018, Machine Gun Kelly states that he doesn't plan to respond to Killshot. Many Eminem fans think that this was him giving up, but many MGK fans defended him. What do you think about this? Let me know down in the comments below. Since then, none of the rappers have responded to each other or even mentioned each other. But do you think that this beef will continue on? Now that's all for today. If you like this type of content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification button to be notified about my latest releases. And as always, have a nice day.